Hey everybody, it's Barrett Bashir here. Good to see you. So, last night and the night before, I did a bunch of live streaming. The stream quality was terrible, had a bunch of issues. Also, had some programming issues. This live coding stuff is a little challenging. It seems like you can never choose the right API to use or framework to use. Anyway, excuse me. Sorry. So anyway, like I was saying, just had a bunch of problems. Anyway, I'm getting back on the stream. Gonna be finishing up the video recorder. And anyway, super excited for that. I think it's going a lot better now. I have a little bit better idea what tools I needed to use. I was using a scroll view before, and I was having a bunch of issues with that. But I think I figured it out. It seems like this new iOS 9 collection view methods, they have some easy sorting methods that worked out really well. Anyway, I'll go over that in the video here and kind of just tidy things up and make sure I get everything working correctly. Anyway, so that's what we'll be working on today. Really appreciate you guys watching. If you can, subscribe, like, comment this video. I love getting comments on my videos. It makes my day. So anyway, if you leave a comment, really appreciate it. And I guess let's get started. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna get the great. Cool. So we got the video hooked up there. Let me just clear that out. Got to use Apple Pay today. It's always fun to use. That's why one of my favorite things about going to McDonald's is being able to use Apple Pay. Alrighty, let me just pull up some documentation and stuff, and we'll also build this really quick. And we have an error, of course, right when we're starting. Let's see. Awesome view controller does not conform to protocol. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, gotta fix this really quick. See, where's the okay, I'll go over kind of what I changed there. Let's see, don't need to use any of this stuff anymore. Okay, let's try that out. Okay, so if we take a look, I ended up going with the scroll view for the thumbnail, I guess, collection. Let me pull that up so you can see. So we have our collection view here. It's black. I need to change that to a clear background. So I'm going to move off there. So when we record, anyway, we get the thumbnail of the video there. It scrolls horizontally, and it's working all good. And now what's cool is you can tap and hold, and then you can drag it around and change the order, so that's sweet. And this is all new to iOS 9. They have these new methods. Let me pull those up real quick so you can see. Okay, so we have this gesture recognizer here, and we're just doing a long press on this. And we just set this gesture to the, let's see, where's that at? Okay, so we have our collection view here. We can add the gesture recognizer. That's the long press gesture. We send it to the handle long press method here. And so when we have a switch, so when it begins, we get the selected index path from the view, from the collection view, and then we say begin interactive movement for item. Let's see. So, sorry, had a phone call there. So anyway, that tells the collection view to start allowing dragging and all that stuff. And so before I had just the scroll view there, and anyway, if you say clips to bounce, you can equals no, you can go outside. No, sorry, my daughter is crying. Let me go check on her really quick. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Be right back. Sorry. Alright, sorry about that, guys. My daughter was crying, and anyway, I only get these chances to do these live coding sessions like at nighttime when the kids are asleep on the weekends, or when they're taking a nap. So it's nap time right now, and just trying to get some quick coding in here. It's kind of funny, her bird fell when she's got a little toy bird that fell off the ground, and it was making her really sad. So little kids are funny. Alright, so let's get back to it now. Alright, so we have the collection view there with our thumbnails. Oh, and then also a cool thing about it too is when you hit the record button, let's see here. Okay, so when you add another clip here, let's see, automatically scrolls to the last one, which is cool. And anyway, I think it works great. Really easy to do. So that's just what I was looking for. Perfect. I'm really excited and happy with that. next thing we're going to work on here is when I hold, we had this functionality before, when you hold and drag this item to show the delete icon, and then actually be able to delete that. So let's see, what I have here is, okay, I need to clear these up. This, I was using this stuff from iOS 8. It was a flow layout for a collection view. Anyway, we're not going to use that anymore. So I can delete that. Okay, and then we'll get rid of our bridging header too, because we don't need that anymore. Delete. I think we can do everything without using any frameworks here. Or not frameworks, but any extra code from other people. Okay, so we have our custom collection view cell here. We have these two methods, touches moved, and touches ended. I think it's being called. I just need to check that. Yeah, it is. Okay, so the delegate, I just think the only thing is, okay, that's working. We should be receiving this in our view controller here. Let's just see, I don't know. Okay, I am calling that. Okay, so this is where the, what's going on here? Okay, we'll delete this breakpoint because we know that's firing. Okay, so it's hitting there. Let's see. So we're doing a hit test to see if, let me show you what we got. We're trying to do a hit test with the trash can, or not the trash can. First we're doing a hit test with the preview area. So let's see. So we're doing a hit test with this area first, and if the collection view cell hits that, then we want to show the delete trash can icon, and then if the touches end and it's touching the trash can, that's when we want to remove the video clip from the collection view and also from our array of URLs for that. So let's see, if hit view equals trash video preview. So okay, let's just see what we're doing here. Okay, so let me do that again really quick. So this should be, pull this up too so you can see the same thing. It should be hitting that. Might need to do some debugging here. I had this working with the scroll view. It was working well. Now it's not working so well. Huh. So touches moved is only being called that first time maybe? And after that, it's not. I might be able to see if there's a method. Collection view, move item at index path. Let me just put a print statement here. Touch point, we'll see where it's moving to. And then we'll also do the touches end. touch is ended, and then just add in the touch point there. Okay, so that looks good. Let's just build this again real quick and see what we got. Oops, we got an error here. Let's take a look, see what's going on. Nope, we screwed up the bridging header in the project. Okay. I think we should be in build settings here. I can't remember. There we go. Since we removed that Objective-C code, we don't need that anymore. So let's try and build that again real quick. We'll have to figure out what the error warning is from. Okay. So we want to test the touches moved and ended functions here. Okay. Looks like, okay, that's working there. I'm sorry, so that's the problem. So it's only working when, great. I'm dragging my finger on the screen, not the, you know what's probably, I think I know what's going on. So I think that the collection view has the exclusive touches enabled. And so that's probably blocking the touches from being received. Okay, so let's try and let's try and set, oh crap, just move the launch screen there. Alright, so I think we can user interaction enabled. Let me just check here. Probably have to do it in the controller. So okay, so I think, yeah, that's the same issue with the scroll view. Okay, so we'll say, what do I name that? IB outlet. Okay, Clips collection view. Can cancel content touches equals false. Okay, and then exclusive touches, we'll turn that off too. Okay. Oops. So my opinion of, we got a question here about, is Swift easier than Objective-C? I think the syntax is a lot more familiar to people that are used to like JavaScript or something like that. With Objective-C, the messaging system, the way that you send messages and that kind of stuff is a little bit makes it harder to learn for people that maybe if it's your first, I guess maybe not if it's your first programming language, but if you're coming from something more like JavaScript or Ruby, Objective-C is very different. So I think that if you're just learning, Swift is great. You can jump right in and kind of stumble along really easily compared to Objective-C. It has a lot of cool functionality with the language. Stuff like protocols, and they have this new kind of way of programming called protocol oriented programming. That there's a WWDC talk about it. Anyway, stuff like that's really cool. Even little things like their enums. You can have different object types in enums now, which is really cool. Just little things like that. There's a lot of useful functionality with Swift. Okay, let's test this out. So I think there's definitely value in knowing Objective-C since so much code is written in Objective-C though. Okay, well, that didn't work. Let's see here. Okay, so it's no touches moved is not. Okay, so it starts. Come on. Can cancel content touches. False. Exclusive touch set to false. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it's being called there. Touches ended is not being called though either. It's really weird. So, Juanes, I guess I have a question for you too. I guess you speak English really well because you're, chatting and stuff. Is programming as a native English speaker, does that make things a lot harder for you? Is it another barrier of entry? In addition to learning the programming language, you kind of have to learn English because a lot of, at least Apple stuff, is all written in English. I always kind of wondered what people that spoke Italian or Spanish and stuff like that, what they thought of Apple's libraries and stuff all being written towards English speakers. Okay, I gotta figure out why this is not sending those touch events. Okay, let's see. Let me just look up some things. So we're going to look up collection view, dragging outside bounds of, collection view cell, dragging outside bounds of collection view. Maybe we can just throw a gesture recognizer on the collection view cells themselves, and then anytime they drag them onto the screen, that's when we'll detect. So see what gesture recognizer we need to use there. Okay, so a pan gesture recognizer. Okay, let's try that out. See if that'll work since we can't get the we can't get it to recognize those touches outside of the collection view. Can we make this full screen again? So inside of our self for item index path, we'll create a new pan gesture and let's call pan gesture. Was there only two? Okay, there is only two. Self and so the selector. We'll just call this one drag cell. Okay. We should probably call it handle just to match this other one. I'm not using the stack views in my app. No. Well, not in this video. So this is just the video recorder portion of the app. And so I'm making it into a pod too if other people want to download it. So it's kind of a separate project within this one. Anyway, I know since iOS 9 came out, they do have the new stack view stuff. I really need to look into it. I've been so busy with work that I haven't had the time. So actually this would probably be a good time to do it. But I'm just trying to get this a little bit more done today. Anyway, how do you like the stack view? Okay, so we have the pan gesture. Actually, let me just change that to. Okay, so create that function. Let's create the function for the gesture recognizer. Okay, so let me look and see what stuff we have available with the UI pan gesture recognizer. So panning gesture is continuous, it begins. UI gesture recognizer state begin. State changed and state ended. Okay, cool. So we can have a switch just like we have in the handle the long press. So I have 3 cases here. So it's just the exact same again. Okay. Let's see, want those 3. So, I guess we don't really need to track the began stuff, so we just need to see what happens when they changed and when it ends. So what we're going to do is, inside the changed here, we're going to try and detect if let's see. Let's just print this out and see if this works correctly. So point equals, let's see, gesture, translation in view, self down view. Okay. We'll just print that out and see if we get the coordinates from the, oops, let's see, make them a constant. Do the same thing for this here. Okay. And then just the default, I think, is what's needed. We'll just print that out too. Okay. Except I'm doing a lot of printing already with these other points. Let me just make sure. So we'll just comment these 2 methods out for fun. What are we gonna say? I just want to make a note here in case I have to reference this code. Hold touch detection. Okay. Now we'll get rid of the delegate here. Also comment all this out for now too, since we're going to be using this other gesture recognizer. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Oh, okay. I'm just going to be upset that we're not. Okay. it's taking forever to build here. Just clean the project. Okay, try and build that again real quick. Okay, so it's running. I hope this works. Okay. And it's not working. Okay, so you know what might be the issue too is the cells might be exclusive touch equals false. Okay. And then cell can cancel. Okay, let's just try that again. Crap. Maybe that was the whole problem. Okay. Go set the delegate, or add the delegate protocol up here. Okay, and we will just uncomment these. Okay, and that. Let's try that. What is going on here? Okay, so it should be running here. So if you press that button too quick too, something happens. Okay, I'm gonna add a selected state real quick for the button so I can tell if it's recording or not. Okay, record button. So I think there's an IB action for that. Top flashlight, record video. Okay. So okay, so let's just set the tint colors for the buttons for the unselected and selected state. So dot set title color. I don't think it's that. Image. Let me just check this UI button. Image, change image color. Oops. Okay. Okay, so you just need to set the image, say render mode, see what's going on. Always template. Okay. So, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so that's a so I think we're just going to set that in the storyboard, which is fine. Try that. Okay. Let me just see. Just gonna set the image with the rendering mode here. Actually, I have a method for that. Sure, you want to see the app so far? So, sorry, I'm right in the middle of fixing this bug. I will try and show you the video recorder here. So it's running on my phone right now. So we have the video recorder up at the top. We have the flashlight button, which turns the light on. The camera here, which flips the camera to front and back. The done button, that's going to compress all the videos. And so this is just a recording kind of view that lets you record video, and all the clips are going to show up in the collection view here. Let's see, make sure that this button is firing off. Let's see, percent IV action. And let's see. It will let you, sorry, just trying to find this IV action. Okay. Okay, it's hitting that. That's good. For some reason, it's not adding the clips to the collection view now. We have a little bug that just popped up. So anyway, this is a collection view, and it shows the thumbnails of each of the clips that you just created, and you can sort them. And then also, right now what I'm working on is trying to drag and drop to here. So if you drag onto the video preview area, the trash can shows up, and you can be able to delete the video clip. So that's what I'm working on right now, and that's for a bigger app that is kind of like a blogging platform to let people track their progress on their goals and that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. Okay, but for some reason, oh crap, so I commented out the wrong line there. So this is what's going on here. Commented out adding the image. Okay, so I will be able to give you a little demo here. But what I was trying to do too, real quick, is set the record button. Let me just do that really quick too, sorry. Okay. Okay, so here we're gonna go, gonna create the image, and so we want to be able to tint the image based on the button's tint. So we need to create a UI image with the rendering mode set to always templated. So UI image. Oops. Record image with rendering mode. Okay, that's what we wanted. Always template. So once we create that image, we can set the record button image. Oops. Okay, then when we hit the record, it will set the button to tint to tint color to red. And then when we stop recording, I'll turn it back to black. Okay. So the record button's working now. That's red tint. That's cool. Okay, so we have that. So now what we're trying to do is see if the pan gesture is working. No, it's not working. Okay, so if I just drag my finger over, that's working. Oh, great. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out why the touches are getting lost in the collection view here. Let's see. So I know I'm using the new collection view methods available in iOS 9 that allows begin interactive movement for item. I wonder if we can track location for that stuff. Let's see. Not seeing anything here. Okay. While your gesture recognizer is tracking touch events, call the update interactive movement target position method to report changes in touch location. Okay, perfect. So when it's changing, okay, so this is update target position, cool. Method to report changes in touch location. When you're done, tracking gestures, okay. I think so. Let's try and see if we have that method available. Don't think we're using it. Collection view, move. Okay, we don't really need that. Collection view. Is it? No, okay, should. For each position change, the collection view reports the change to target index path for move from item and index path to proposed index path. Okay, so it's actually not going to report okay, but I guess actually I'm sorry. So the changed, let me see if I can, we might be able to, since it's calling this gesture recognizer, we might be able to get the location. Let's see. Except it might only occur when gesture coordinates from that. Okay, not translation, but it should be location and view. Okay. Let's let's see if that works, I guess. Okay, so we have the, I hope this works. Sweet. Okay, so we do get the location, so we can do a hit test here, and that'll be perfect. And we can also do the end interactive movement as well. So let's take a look at what we're doing here with the touch point. Okay. Get rid of this drag cell nonsense. Sweet, so that'll work out well, I think. Okay, don't have that anymore. Okay, perfect. So we want to just call this touch point, I guess. And okay. Cool. So that'll work for showing the trash can, I think. Let's try it out. Gosh, that's killing me. I just have to clean the drive data, otherwise it takes forever to build. Okay, so we have the video recorder here. So I recorded that video clip there. Come on, isn't it? Long press. And, alright, it's awesome. So now that the, okay, so that's showing up. So now all we have to do is add the delete. Okay. So we wait till the interaction stops, and then we want to check if the touch end stuff is in the trash can there. Okay. So if that's in there, let's see. I think we can get a reference to the collection view cell from here. Okay, so we'll say cell equals gesture dot view, I guess probably, as thumbnail collection view cell. Cast that. look at the index of that item. So cell index equals clips collection view index path for cell. We'll pass in the cell. Okay, and then once we have that, we can delete the let's see. So yeah, that's right. So once we do that, we can say, what are we referencing for the data source? Thumbnails, okay. So thumbnails. Move object at index, cell index, at row, okay. Cool, so we'll say, also we're gonna just animate it, so we'll say clips, collection view, begin, start, no, oh well, we'll just reload the table, I guess, figure that out later. I know with table view cells you can animate by starting and ending updates. Okay. There we go. Move that there. Reload data. Okay. Okay, so we have our clips there. We'll take the middle one, do a long press. Okay, we got it. And we'll delete it. Okay. Gesture, view. So, could not cast type value. UI collection view. Oh darn, okay. I wonder if we'll have to set the selected index. Oh, okay. Well, awesome. We don't even need to do that because we have. Okay. So we'll just create a property called selected index path. Okay. So we'll have to do a couple things. So in case they do switch the order of the collection view cells already, before they drag the clip up to delete it, we'll have to track that movement and position changes. So self dot selected index path equals, okay. just say if let else break. Okay. So now say selected index path equals that. And then also when we move item at index path to index path. Okay, so then we'll say so dot selected index path equals destination index path. Okay, perfect. So now that'll track that. And so now instead of this nonsense, getting a cell, since this is the collection view, not the cell, we can say, okay. Okay. That should work now. So we need to just put this right here. Okay. No idea what's going on there. Let's see if we can build this and that'll go away. Nope. Okay. My bad. Dot row. Okay, then I'll also just do one more for one. Okay. Come on, please work. Let's see. So, well, first we'll just test this. So it should delete it. Okay, so I guess the last thing we have to do is delete that, probably, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So I just have to make sure that to maintain, let me just get a reference to the cell too. Let's see if we have to remove it manually. Okay. So create the cell. Was it Eclipse collection view cell for item at index path dot select index path dot row. Okay. Oops, I guess we just pass in the index path, not row. Okay. So after we reload the data, we want to cell dot remove from super view. Try that out. That should do it. Hopefully. Alright, I think it's worked this time. So we have to also do a little work with the thumbnail images that we're using for the data source, because if you change the order at all, like that now, the thumbnails get out of order. Crap, it didn't remove it from the super view. So, let me try and remove it first. Alright, sweet. That worked. That's awesome. So, got that working. So next up, we are going to be getting started on the label for the recorded length, how long it's taking us, and oops, wrong one there. And then combining the video clips together. So this little label down here is going to track how long it's been, how long the total length of the video will be with all the combined clips together. And anyway, just want to say thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And anyway, I hope you guys have a great day.